Hi there, my friends. This is Saeed, the online English language teacher, and I'm going to speak with you about vocabulary for IELTS again. And we're having the lesson number 2, which is devoted to the topic of holiday, okay? And as I have already said, the very first time when I thought of the idea of creating the podcasts for vocabulary, and I kind of realized that video lessons would probably be more interesting and maybe more productive, in a way, because you'll be able, first of all, to see the material and also to listen to what I'm saying, and probably for some of you it's even more important if you see the narrator, like the video, the image. We're going to talk about vocabulary for all 3 sections of the IELTS speaking, okay? You probably know the meaning of individual words such as flight, tour, and view. However, the key to showcasing your advanced vocabulary, advanced English vocabulary, is to show that you are able to use these individual words and form combinations with other words to create set phrases and expressions, okay? So you will need to read the following IELTS style questions and answers on the next slides, and try to pay attention to the phrases which are highlighted in the orangey yellowy color. And definitions of the highlighted words will be provided in the end of this lesson. Now we shall move on to the speaking part 1. Part 1 style questions. Examiner: what kind of holiday do you like? The guy named Miguel is answering, I try to avoid tourist traps. I like to get away from it all and prefer going somewhere off the beaten track. Last year I had the holiday of a lifetime, a 2-week wildlife safari in Kenya. Examiner: what do you like to do when you are on holiday? The girl named Anna is answering, I enjoy visiting the local places of interest. I like to go sightseeing and always sign up for guided tours, as it's a chance to be shown around and take photographs, one of my hobbies. Examiner: do you have many tourists in your country? And now we have a girl named Amy who's answering, yes, we have a lot of holiday resorts along the coast that are popular with tourists. Most people come on package holidays and stay in one of the many hotels and self-catering apartments. All right, these are fantastic expressions, and now I guess we shall move on to the speaking part 2. This is the cue card. Describe a beautiful place you once visited. You should say when you went to this place, where it was, who you went there with, and say why you liked it so much. Well, 1 minute of preparation, making notes. You guys may want to pause the video, make some notes, maybe even try to act out the very speaking question, record yourselves, and when I turn to the next slide, you'll be able to compare the Model Band 9 score answer and what you did, okay? It will be fantastic if you also made something like this with probably the same level of sophisticated vocabulary. Now let's go to the Model Band 9 answer to the question on a beautiful place you once visited. So the girl named Sally is answering, truth be told, I've been to quite a vast array of interesting places, but one of them stands out in particular. The place is called Lake District in the UK. As for the time when I went there, it was a few years ago. I decided to spend a long weekend there. It's a very popular holiday destination and the influx of local tourists is relatively high. In regards to the location of the place, it's in the north of England. I went on my own and had a wonderful time. I stayed in a youth hostel and met some really nice people. But the most memorable thing about the holiday were the breathtaking views and lovely picturesque villages. It can get very busy with hordes of tourists, so I decided to go out of season in the autumn. The weather was fantastic and the shops were full of local crafts. A really great holiday. It's certainly not the kind of short break for someone looking for a busy nightlife, but if you want to relax in the middle of stunning landscape, I would certainly recommend a holiday to the Lake District. That was the answer to the part 2 speaking question of the IELTS. Fantastic vocabulary, to be honest with you, and we will review every individual word and phrase in the upcoming slides in a few seconds, probably not really a few seconds, maybe a few minutes, because we still have part 3 questions. Now, IELTS speaking part 3. What do you think has led to the growth in the tourism industry? Now, the guy named Miguel, again from the speaking part 1, is answering. It's much easier and affordable to travel now. Nowadays, you can get cheap charter flights or all-in packages to somewhere near or to a far-off destination. How do people tend to choose a destination? Anna is answering. The internet is a great source of information, and high street travel agents are still very popular. That's where I like to go to get my holiday brochures for the place I'm interested in. People sometimes say flying is the most glamorous form of travel. Do you agree? And Amy is answering, I'm not so sure really. Flying can be quite boring. Queuing up at the check-in desk, going through passport control, sitting for ages in the departure lounge. Then the flight itself can be quite uncomfortable. So no, I'm not sure I agree with that. Now guys, these were the questions and the answers for all 3 sections of IELTS speaking exam. And now let's go to what? Exactly, vocabulary. We're going to go through the definitions of the words and phrases which were highlighted in the yellowy orangey color. All the words that you see here are in the alphabetical order. Okay, so let's go. All-in package or package holiday. This is a holiday where you purchase the travel and accommodation together. Sometimes I heard the phrases like all included, but I think this is also about breakfasts and lunches and meals and excursions. I think that's like another thing, but maybe they are synonymous. A vast array of, I personally love this one. It means a lot of, a great deal of. You can use some slangy expressions such as tons of or heaps of, but I suggest a vast array of as the academic, more or less academic expression that will surely increase your vocabulary related score, okay? As for with reference to, in relation to, you know, in my practice in speaking with various candidates who have successfully taken the IELTS speaking test, more and more I keep hearing the information that the way you organize your speaking on the section part 2 can be as important as well, we're not talking about coherence and cohesion, of course. However, these factors are also very important. We're going to talk about them in the next video sometime in the future. But what I mean is this like opening lines, you know, like you announce that you're going to talk about a certain part of this question. You know, like it has a main question and it has like little sub questions like where, when, why, you know, and stuff like that, and the way you organize the answer when you embed these actually to my mind, or speaking about this I want to say blah blah blah, or in regards to that one, and then you say, you know, continue answering. The best score that I saw people were getting was above 8, and these people, they were framing their answers like, you know, they like in some modules, for example, like sub question module 1, another sub question module 2, and they were kind of like opening and closing these little modules with opening and closing lines. So we're gonna practice these as well in the next videos. I have a whole plan ready, so guys, stay tuned. As for, with reference to or in relation to. For example, as for the person who gave me the best advice, the best piece of advice, I would say it has to be my, well, you say somebody. Breathtaking view, well, an extremely beautiful view. It's like, oh my god, the pictures, the landscape here is breathtaking. Charter flight is a cheaper form of flying than a scheduled flight. Check-in desk, the place at the airport where you register for your flight and deposit your luggage. Departure lounge, it's the place where you're waiting for your flight to be called. Far off destination, it's a somewhere a long way away, okay? To get away from it all means to take a holiday to escape a busy or stressful lifestyle. A guided tour, it's an organized group shown around a place of interest by an expert. All right. Now, holiday brochure, it's a glossy publication with details of holiday packages. Holiday destination, it's where you go for a holiday. Holiday of a lifetime, it's a special holiday that you are unlikely to repeat. Holiday resort, it would be a place where lots of people go for a holiday. I think I said the word holiday too much. Hordes of tourists, crowds of tourists, like a big amount of tourists. Well, they can say a lot of things, but hordes, it's a very interesting, a bit unusual for the ear expression, but I like it. Influx, well, this is the inflow, the arrival of people or objects at a certain location in great numbers. Influx of birds, influx of tribes, different things. In regards to, concerning, in relation to, this is like 99% the same like as for. I love the in regards to as well. You can say regarding as well, but in regards to, in my opinion, sounds cooler, but that's just a personal subjective opinion. Local crafts, objects produced locally. Long weekend, an extended weekend holiday including Friday or Monday. In case if Friday or Monday turn out to be the days off, we can say that we have an extended weekend holiday. Out of season means outside of the main holiday period. Picturesque village, it's a very pretty village, very beautiful and like in terms of landscapes and views. Passport control, the place where your passport is checked. Places of interest, sites of interest to tourists. Self-catering, that would be a holiday where you supply your own food. Short break means a short holiday. Stunning landscape, extremely beautiful place or view. Well, that's the same like picturesque landscape, the same things. To go sightseeing means to look around the tourist sites. A travel agent, that would be a person who, or a shop that specializes in booking holidays. Tourist trap, this is somewhere where too many tourists go. It's a very crowded, cramful place. Truth be told, I love this one absolutely. It's the analog of honestly, or to tell you the truth, or frankly speaking. I love truth be told. I don't know why. Maybe I'm too archaic, but I love this. Wildlife safari. It's a holiday, often in Africa, to observe wild animals, where you sit in a car, a special car, and you like drive around, and you are like in the core of the natural habitat of certain wildlife animals. And finally, we have a youth hostel. This is the cheap form of accommodation, usually not very comfortable in comparison with the motels or hotels, of course. This is a place by the root word youth. You probably understand this is kind of popular among students and people who either want to save money or who either cannot afford a more expensive form of accommodation. Well, my friends, this is it. We are done with vocabulary regarding the topic of holiday. I was extremely happy to see you today, and thank you so much for following, subscribing, for your likes, and just for staying with me. I'm very delighted to have such great viewers like you. I wish you the best, and stay healthy, and good luck with your test. See you in the next videos. Bye.